By positioning Elphaba as the story's moral centre, Wicked challenges the audience to confront their own biases and question how easily they accept surface-level judgments. Through its characters and their journeys, Wicked highlights how the halo effect perpetuates systemic problems. Figures like the Wizard and Madame Morrible exploit the halo effect to maintain control, using their perceived goodness to mask their manipulative actions. Individuals like Elphaba suffer under the reverse halo effect, judged for traits beyond their control and denied the chance to be understood. The musical questions society's tendency to equate beauty, charm, or status with goodness, while associating difference or non-conformity with evil. Consider Mirana from Alice in Wonderland. The White Queen is immediately perceived as a benevolent and virtuous ruler due to her appearance and mannerisms. Her soft-spoken nature, poised movements, and gentle aura elicit admiration and trust from those around her. Dressed in pure white, she becomes a literal embodiment of goodness, reinforcing the assumption that she is inherently kind and just. Take the story of the tarts, for instance. The incident revolves around the theft of a batch of tarts, a seemingly trivial act with deeper implications. Both sisters, the White Queen, Mirana, and the Red Queen, Irasabeth, were children at the time, vying for attention and approval. The White Queen ate the tarts, but when confronted about it, she lied and placed the blame on her sister. The White Queen's decision to eat the tarts, despite knowing the rules, reflects a moment of selfishness or childish impulsivity. Her act stands in stark contrast to her later image as a paragon of virtue. To avoid punishment, she blames Irasabeth, who already struggles with being seen as less desirable or virtuous due to her temper and unconventional appearance. Irasabeth, already labelled as the bad sister, is immediately believed to be the culprit. The family's predisposition to favour the White Queen ensures that her lie goes unquestioned. This false accusation contributes to Irasabeth's bitterness and eventual descent into tyranny as the Red Queen. Feeling unloved and unfairly judged, she grows into the villain everyone expects her to be, fulfilling the role society has imposed on her. Let's see what Anne Hathaway, the actress who plays the White Queen, has to say about her character.
In the first film, she talks a lot about this kindness vow that she's taken, that she cannot harm another living creature. And I always thought, well, that's a vow, that's not necessarily your soul or your character. So I thought, who is she? And I always thought she's the Red Queen's sister. She's not a perfect, she's going to have some of that darkness running through her as well, but she has to keep a very tight lid on it. She has to keep it very repressed. And so in the first film, I played around with the idea of it sort of popping out around the edges.